Hey everybody, guess what time it is? It's math test time. Okay, so we are taking notes today for Mr. Bonnifield's class. And let's get started. Now, just a reminder, if you're just copying down the answers, that's not gonna help you, okay? Please try to do these problems on your own. If you are totally lost, that's one thing. Try the next problem on your own. All right, so let's start for this first one. Remember to show your complete work using proper notation and steps so that Mr. Bonnifield can read it. If he can't read it, he can't greet it. I can't talk, you guys. This is gonna be a long video, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. So for f of x, we have negative 2x minus 7. So we're gonna use this problem for all these. Okay, so now we're saying, what if we had a negative 7? So f of negative 7, what would that be? So we're going to take our problem and we're going to fill it in here. So this is what we're going to substitute in for x, remember? So we've got negative 2x minus 7, okay? So now let's go ahead and let's put that x in there. So f of negative 7 equals negative 2 times negative 7 minus 7. Okay, what do we do first? Multiply or subtract? We're gonna multiply. So 2 times 7 is 14. Negative times a negative is a positive. So we have 14. We're going to bring down my 7. That equals f of negative 7. Okay? All right, let's simplify this a little bit more. This is what he wants to see, is that same notation each time. 14 minus 7 is 7. And this is our final answer right here. Okay, now we're gonna do the exact same problem, but this time we're gonna use a 1 instead of a 7. Okay, go ahead, pause the video. Try this one on your own. Let's see if you can get it. I'm gonna go ahead and write down the problem. 2x minus 7. All right, so let's see. What do we need to do here? Hopefully you're already done and you're just showing me what we're filling in. We're going to be filling in number 1 here. Okay, so f of negative 1 equals negative 2 times 1 minus 7. We're going to multiply. Oh, I did that in the wrong color. Oh well. 2 times 1 is 2. Negative times a positive is a negative. So negative 2 minus 7. And then of course we have to have our f of 1. Okay, one more time. F of 1, sorry I'm being inconsistent with colors here, guys. Okay, I've got negative 2 minus 7. I'm going to solve that on my calculator because I don't want to get it wrong, and sometimes negative numbers trip me up. Negative 2 minus 7, negative 9. And that's my final answer. Okay, did our answers match? I hope so. Okay, let's try this next one. Now this one looks different. Find the value of x for which f of x is 15. Now remember, when we look back here at our problem, your f of x is on this side. This is the f of x. And now we're being told that f of x is 15. So this is how we're going to write the problem. We're going to start with 15 equals, and then we're going to do our problem. Minus 2x minus 7. See how the output goes in here? Okay, you should be able to solve this on your own now. So if you haven't paused already, please do so now. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. Opposite of minus is plus 7. Okay, negative 2x equals, what's 15 plus 7? I have no idea. 15 plus 7 is 22. Calculator is my friend. Okay, opposite of multiplication is division. These guys cross out. X equals, what's x? 22 divided by negative 2. 22 divided by negative 2 is 11. Negative 11. So that is what my input would be. And that's my final answer. There we go. Okay, how'd you guys do? All right, let's try this next one. So this next one looks a little funny. I think we really just started working with these tables. So what this is we need to treat each one of these as an individual problem. So this is like 4 problems in one, and there's not a lot of space, okay? We're ignoring there's all this stuff down here. We're ignoring this. We're not looking at it. All we're looking at is just this table right now, okay? All right, so let's look at the very first problem. We can even cover this up. The very first problem uses this. F of x equals 5x minus 3. Now, the question is, what if x was negative 1? Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so remember, this is our input here, and this is our output here. You know what? I'm actually going to put a note here, output. And then here I'm going to write a little further down, input, to help me remember, okay? So right here, this is my input. I'll put it right over here. And then here, this is my output. Okay? So all of these are going to be input answers. We want to know what x is. Okay, and all of these are going to be output answers. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and set up a problem. Hopefully I haven't confused you. All right, this very first one, so we've got f of x, but it's not f of x, it's f of negative 1. I'm going to put it over here. There just isn't a lot of space on this paper. So f of negative 1 equals, and then what's my problem? 5x. So 5 times x is negative 1 minus 3. Okay, now look, it's exactly like this problem up here. We're going to solve it in the exact same way. Okay, so do we multiply or do we subtract first? We multiply. We know how to do this, guys. 5 times 1 is 5. Positive times a negative is a negative. Okay, bring down my minus 3. F times, sorry, not times. F of negative 1 is negative 5 minus 3. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. So, oops, wrong color. F of negative 1 equals, I've forgotten the answer, negative 8. Okay, so now my negative 8 that I got from my answer right here, that's going to go right here in this table, negative 8. See where that comes from? Okay, so now we're going to do it again. This time our input is going to be 0. Okay, now I want you to do this one on your own. Please pause me. I'm not that interesting. All right, did you pause? I hope so. I'm just setting up my problem here. 5 times 0 minus 3. First I'll multiply. 5 times 0 is 0 minus 3. Okay. F of 0 equals 0 minus 3. That's minus 3. I almost did that in the wrong color. There we go. Oh, I did do this in the wrong color though. Oh, bad teacher, no donut. Shoot. Okay, well, here's where our -3 goes, because we use this input for that output. This one I'm gonna skip, because we're on a roll. So let's just try the next one. Do the next one on your own. Let's see if we get the same answer. I'll put it over here. So f of 2 equals 5 times minus 3. And now I'm going to put my 2 in. Okay. All right. F of 2 equals 5 times 2 is 10 minus 3. Okay. F of 2 equals 10 minus 3 is 7. In the wrong color. Our output is 7. So that goes right here. Okay, so for this next problem, without me telling you, do you know how to set this up? How is this one different? It looks just like this one up here. So that's how we're going to set it up. Our output is 32. I'm going to try to squeeze this in here. Wrong color. Bad teacher, no donut. 32 equals, and then what's our problem? 5x minus 3. It's a bad x, you guys. Okay, how do I solve my equation? What do I do? First I undo the 3. Plus 3 to both sides. 5x equals 32. 2 plus 3 is 5. 35. Divide both sides by 5. And I'm left with x equals 35 divided by 5 is 7. Okay, the fact that these are both 7s, that means nothing. I put in a 7, I get out a 32. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Guys, this one is so easy. It looks absolutely terrifying, but it's not, I promise. So let's look at each one of these. Okay, I'm gonna start with f is -4. So when I'm given my input like this, then that means I'm gonna look along this line. I'm gonna draw a little arrow to remind me to look at the x-axis. X-axis, x-axis. These are both gonna be looking at the oh my God, you guys. These are both looking at the x-axis. Okay, so let's look first for -4. Where is -4 here? Not here, just on the x-axis. Okay, here's my -4, right here. Okay, so now that I've found my -4, I am gonna look either up or down, looking for the line. Is there any line down here? No, there's nothing down here. So I'm gonna have to look up. And if I look up, my pen is gonna touch right here. Okay, I've touched the line, and now I'm gonna look over here along the line to see what number this is. What number is that? It's a 3. So I write my 3 down. That's literally all that I have to do. Okay, now this time we're gonna do it for 3. Try it on your own. Did you pause me? All right, let's see if you got it right. So I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna look for the 3, which is here, because it's a positive 3. And then I'm gonna up, there's nothing there, but down, here's where I touch the line. And then I'm gonna look over here and I see a -3. Is that what you got? Ooh, I hope so. Okay, now let's try a different one. These right here, f of x equals 2. Now remember, when we see this f of x equaling 2, this means output. So when we're looking at output, we need to look here at the y-axis. Okay? So let's try this first one together. So I'm looking for a +2 on the y-axis. And it's right here. And look, it's right here and I'm already touching the line. So I don't even have to go anywhere. Actually, no, wait, I'm sorry. I'm starting here and then I'm gonna look down to see what number this is. What number is this? That's a 0. So my answer is 0. So when my input is 2, when my input is 0, my output will be 2. These guys match. Okay, try this one. Where would the 4 be? Okay, did you pause me? All right, so I'm looking for my 4, not this one, but this one. On the y-axis, I look for the 4. There's no line over here, but over here, there is. Here I've touched the line. Now I'm gonna look down. What do I get? -2. Does that make sense? You just kind of gotta look for it. And whatever you touch, that's your answer. Okay. Let's look at these two. I love these. These are my no math involved ones. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to just take my pen, right? And I'm gonna look here. If I set my pen down on this graph, is this line gonna touch my pen more than once? Yeah. Here, let's try this. Skinnier. Does it touch it more than once here? How about here? How about here? Lots of times. That means that this can absolutely not be a function. Why or why not? This fails the vertical line test. Okay? Not a function. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's look at this one. Does this pass the vertical line test? Let me get my skinnier one. See, it only touches once here. Here it's only touching once. Here it's only touching once. Only once here too. It doesn't pass this way, but it's not a horizontal line test. It's a vertical line test. So this is a function. This is a function. I can spell, guys. This is a function. It passes the vertical line test. That's not how you spell vertical. V-E-R. Teachers are not perfect, people. Okay, it passes the vertical line test. All right. That's all you have to do. We are Done with objective 2. Okay, let's do some review really quick. Okay, how about objective number 1? All right, so for objective number 1, what we need to do is we need to put, we're solving for x. Sorry, I can read directions. When we are solving for x, we need to have x's all by themselves and only on one side. We have them on 2 sides. That's not cool. So which one do we want to move? Either one is fine. I don't like negative numbers, so I'm going to move the 3x first. And this is a positive, so I'm going to subtract it from both sides. Okay, these guys cancel out. 7 minus 3 is 4x. Okay, and then I'm going to put the rest of my problem back in here. That's gone. I just have negative 8. Okay, what am I going to do next? Let's get rid of this 12. It is in my way. Opposite of plus 12 is minus 12. Okay, what do I have left? I have 4x left on this side. Equals, and what's over here? Negative 8 minus 12. Okay, let's get our calculator out. So negative 8 minus 12 equals negative 20. Okay, now what do I do? Okay, we still have that 4, so let's get rid of the 4. Oh, bad color choice. Let's pick something else. Red and pink are not friends. Okay, divide by 4 on both sides. These guys cross out, and we're left with x equals what? 20 divided by 4 is 5. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. So x equals negative 5. I don't think I like that green. It's too light. Okay, let's try this one. You guys see okay? Hope so. Let me move this over a bit. All right. Got to get this x by himself. Remember, it doesn't matter where the equal sign is. The important thing is that you keep your equal signs lined up. I probably should have drawn a line on the last one. All right, what do we have? What are we going to get rid of first? If you have not paused yet, now's a good time. All right, we've got to get x by himself. What do we get rid of? 2 is too close. Let's get rid of the 9. Okay, so let's subtract 9 from both sides. Okay, what am I left with? 25 minus 9. That's a negative 25. Negative 25 minus 9 equals negative 34. Negative 34 equals 2, and then I need my x. Okay, what do I get rid of now? Let's divide to get rid of that 2. All right, you guys, that is too big. I cannot do it in my head. So let's get my calculator. Negative 34 divided by 2 is negative 17. There we go. My grandma was here, she'd say, now we're cooking with gas. All right, let's try this last equation. Guys, we're almost done. I'm super excited. Okay, what do we get rid of first? Pause me if you haven't already. Okay, 10 is too close to the x, so let's get rid of the 2. Opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. forgot my wall. Here's my wall. Minus 2. These guys cross out. And now I'm left with x divided by 10 equals 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay? What's the opposite of divide by 10? Multiply by 10. These guys cross out. Multiply by 10. 4 times 10 is 40 equals x. There we go. Hey, we are all done with objective 1. All right, let's move on to objective 0. And then we'll be done with the whole test. Okay, now, let's use lots of colors for these. Can you solve this on your own? By now, you should be able to solve this on your own. Go ahead and do this problem, and let's see if our answers match. Okay, did you pause me? I hope so. All right, I'm gonna look for exponents first. And I'm gonna take the sign in front. And I have an exponent here as well. And that's all. 4 minus 7. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Negative 3y squared. Remember, I'm not doing anything with that y. Okay? Next, I'm going to look for y's. So let's see, I've got a 5y here. I've got a negative 9y here, and that's it. 4 minus 9. Negative 5. Negative 5y. Okay, and then the very last thing that I have is I have a 2 with no letter, and here's a 5 with no letter. And there's no sign up here, so I know it's a positive. 5 plus 2 is 7. Plus 7. And I am all done. Nothing else to do. Okay? All right, try the second one on your own. Can you get it? All right, pause me and then let's come back and see if you're right. All right, I'm gonna start with my exponents. So here's a 2. This one is squared also. And this one is also squared. Okay, that looks good. I got 3 numbers, holy moly. I'm gonna use my calculator so I don't get confused. Okay, 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 plus 2. That's 3. 3a squared. Okay, next, I'm gonna look for plain old boring a's. So here's a 5a. Here's a 9a. And here's a negative 12a. So let's do the exact same thing. 5 minus 9 minus 12. That is negative 16. Negative 16a. All right, and then, oh, look, there's just like a lonely little 9 over there, just like hanging out all by his lonesome. And there's no sign, so it's a plus. Plus 9. All right, that's it. That wasn't too bad. All right, let's try the next one. Okay. There's only 2 problems left, you guys. All right. So here I have, here's an A, and here's an A. Here's a B, and here's a B, and here's a C, and here's a C. So now I know what I need to substitute in. Okay, pause me, try to figure it out on your own. All right, you ready? I have 3 times A, which is 6, plus B, which is 7. Okay, close my parentheses, minus C, which is a -5. Okay, now I want you to notice that negative came over, has nothing to do with this negative that's already here. All right, so let's see what happens. So PEMDAS, 6 plus 7 is 13. Okay, times 3 minus our -5. Okay, 3 times 13, I'm going to get my calculator for that. 3 times 13 is 39. 39 minus, still have my -5, have not dealt with it yet. Okay, all right, that's all I have. So let's do 39 minus -5. Okay, 39 minus -5 equals 44. There we go, all done. Okay, feel good about that one? I hope so. All right, let's try this last problem. Let's see what we get. Pause me, see if you can get it all the way from the get-go without my help. All right, are you all done? Okay, let's see. I've got an X. Oh, I made a mistake. That should be an X. I'll have to fix that on the test. Okay, so we've got an X. That equals -2. And we've got a Y. And that equals 7. Okay, so let's give this a shot. So I have 4 times, and then what's X? -2. Okay, and that's squared, plus 2 times Y, which is 7. Okay, PEMDAS. I should write that down, just so I do stuff in the right order. Okay. Over there I dealt with parentheses first. Here I don't have any. Well, I have parentheses, but there's no signs in them. So next is exponents. So -2 times -2 is what? It's 4. 4 times 4 plus 2 times 7. Okay? All right. So next, we're going to take care of multiplication. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 times 7, which is 14. There we go. Now we just have 16 plus 14. I could do that by hand, but I have a calculator, so I'm just going to use it. 16 plus 14 is 30. There we go. Hey guys, we finished. We did a good job. Okay, so if you have any questions, Miss M and I are here to help you. Okay? Good luck tomorrow.